Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Wild Ones panel. I am your host, Jen Tidwell. Joining me is also our amazing ASL interpreter, Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Hi,
But
Nicole.
most importantly,
Nicole. Hi.
but most importantly are these incredible actresses who are here with us right now, Tamara Duarte and Danny fucking Kind.
Hi.
It is so awesome to see you both. How are you?
Oh no, we're just gonna turn this into a therapy session.
Okay, well, we'll skip the how are I'm assuming it's the usual kind of life juggling, parenthood, work, all that kind of joy, right?
Yeah. It's so hard. Kids are sick right now. It's nuts. I mean, I'm fine. Nothing's really wrong. My kids are great.
Yeah.
You're optimistic. You're optimistic, Danny. That's great.
Totally.
Everything is just gumdrops and rainbows. No issues at all.
No issues at all.
Smooth sailing. Yes.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. I do have to, if it's all right, I would like to just point out that you have some lovely new hair, Danny. You're no longer a redhead right now. What inspired the change?
I wrapped 7 seasons of Working Moms. We are done the show. We shot the finale.
Yay.
And thanks, guys. And I changed it right away because I just needed to wake up the next morning and look in the mirror and see that it was done. Like it was done. It was a really long time. And when we shot season 6, we weren't sure if we were done and all that stuff. So yeah, I needed a change. That's all. So it was a long time. I was a redhead for like almost a decade. It was a long time.
Yeah. And but the thing is, you've got this fabulous complexion where no matter what color you go with your hair, you look gorgeous all the time.
You're so nice. I don't think I have a complexion. I think I'm just like see-through, like a glow in the kind of white. I am like super white.
But it's that, but I don't know. Okay, now I'm getting myself into a hole. But listen, on Working Moms, we saw you as a redhead and a blonde, and now we see you as a dark brunette. And
yeah, not many people can pull that off. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's my point. Not many people
any
can.
color. Like I don't.
That's
I don't
very
get
nice.
it.
I feel like you could too. I feel like have you ever had another color than this?
Yeah.
I'm attached to my hair.
Literally, it grows out of your head.
Yeah, right. I actually thought about cutting it and going like blonde, like cutting it and just like, because my hair's naturally curly, doing curly blonde, because I love that look. I love the blonde curly look.
Yeah.
But I'm like scared shit. Like I should just do it. I didn't dye my hair for so many, like, I don't know, like 10 years. And then I dyed it 5 years ago. And then it just kind of stayed this way. And I'm like scared to do anything else.
Tamara, your sister is a stylist though, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I recall on Instagram, like a couple of years ago, you actually did lighten your hair. Your sister convinced you. Yeah. You look amazing. I mean, you always look amazing, but like, yeah.
They think I'm annoying with my hair. I'm very annoying with. They're like, I'm like, just don't. So they don't really like doing my hair.
I mean, fair.
Like,
you know what? I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite at work. I'm like, whatever you want. I don't really care. But then I need to be a little bit more, because sometimes I look on camera and then I'm like, why, bitch, what were you thinking? Like, I can say, look in the goddamn mirror, Danny, and say, like, at least, you know. So I need a little of that.
Are you gonna stay like that for a long time, or are you gonna change it?
No, I'm antsy as fuck. I'm gonna I can't. Also, my hair, I've dyed my hair and been like weird with my hair since I was like 13. So
yeah,
like red was killing me because it was the same for so long. I was just like, oh god. But no, I'll change a million times.
Okay. And now you can, at least for a little while. Yeah.
It's every time I get my period. I want to shave it off, or I want to, you know what I'm talking about. It's, oh man, I want to.
I don't know. I don't feel like that when I get my period.
It's either chocolate or hair dye. What's it going to be this month? Yeah.
Pretty much.
So I thought it would be a lot of fun for this panel to talk about stuff outside of Winona Earp, and things projects that you have worked on or that are coming up, and kind of looking forward into the future for you both, because I'm very excited to see what you're going to bring us as time goes on. So the first thing I'm going to ask Danny is about Capsule.
Oh, good, because I was like, I could talk about unemployment right now. I'm like, Oh, fuck. Sorry, yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So now this is a script by Michael Rinaldi, who is Juno's husband. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
So is that kind of how you got involved in this? And what was the process for you from the script to the screen?
I had been looking for a script to direct for a really, really long time, and I read so many of them. And I wanted to build my skills as a director, but I didn't want to just shoot anything. I wanted to just shoot something that I was really in love with. And Juno and I are really good friends, and we had lunch one day. And Mike's a phenomenal writer. He's really, really good. So we were just talking, and I was asking about what is he up to, what's going on with him. Anyways, he sent me a bunch of scripts, and when I read that one, I was like, oh shit, this is it. And it was so weird and dark and lonely, and I was really excited by the challenge of it. I mean, we had to raise all the money, we had to build a spaceship, we had to, like, it was insane. It was an insane first short film to direct, but it was like a utter dream start to finish. It was so good.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad you had such a wonderful first time experience directing.
Thanks.
What in that process was kind of what stood out to you as like, oh, this is where I'm like in my groove?
I think I'm built for collaboration. I think like I really, and that's part of the thing I hate about acting is that they, you go to set and you're so removed from the process, and they keep you in your trailer for however many hours, and then you come out and you don't really know how many decisions have been made, what the conversations have been around the scene or the props, or you don't know anything about it, and they're just like, action, go. And directing is like start to finish. I'm just in it, making these decisions with other people. I don't feel like I'm calling the shots. I don't feel like it's just such a group effort and investigation into the art form that I really, really love.
Do you have a background in stage work at all, or have you primarily been on camera?
No, I've done theater as well too. Yeah, I love
It
theater.
almost sounds like being in that director's seat on the film side of things is a lot reminiscent of the collaboration you get in a stage production.
It totally is. I think so. I think it should. It's not always that way. I think it should be that way, but
Yeah,
that's the way I would like to work. Yeah.
that's wonderful. Oh, man, I'm so now. Is it? Forgive me. It has Capsule. Is it still in post, or is it going? Has it?
We're trying to get into festivals right now. We're just being rejected by a whole bunch, and that's how it goes.
That's the nature of the beast. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many of them, so we're just on standby to get into them right now. We have amazing producers that are working their asses off right now doing that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm super excited when it makes its premiere. I don't think I'll be there physically, but I will be rooting from from afar.
Hey,
good job, guys. Yeah, okay.
I will say that the reason, like one of the main reasons it got made was because so many Earpers contributed to our campaign to raise money for it. It would not have happened without them, or I would have been very poor now. And my kids would be like knocking on the door being like, we're so hungry. But yeah, Earpers, like, I feel like I made it with them as well in a really like hippie way, but I like spiritually, I do feel like everybody, like the producers were like, sorry, I'm taking up so much time.
No, you're totally fine.
We like this.
The producers were just like, what's your aim? Like, and I was like, I think we can make it for 30,000. And they were like, okay, like kind of, we believe in you, but like good luck. Yeah. And I was just like, I think let's just try, and they did. They made an amazing campaign, and they did all the work, and they fucking crushed it. And then Earpers were just like, oh, you need us? We're here for you. I was very emotional. Still feel emotional about it. It was incredible.
Well, nothing makes Earpers happier than helping you to succeed. And and that goes beyond just assisting members of the Winona Earp cast and crew, but I mean even with just in the Earper family within the fandom itself.
Yeah,
it's I don't know. I think we're special. I don't know.
Yeah, it is the underlying current of the community for sure.
So
Tamara,
another director in the scene who's talented, like I think it's just like, you know, other people see this and it's just like it lifts you up to be able to, you know, do all of these other amazing things that you're meant to do. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty freaking awesome to have all these amazing human beings.
It is.
Yeah.
So Tamara, something that folks may not know about you is that you have a degree in business marketing.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, you might not be actively using it, but some of the skills that you learned in that process of getting that degree.
Dead. I'm dead. That was
I'm all about education. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
No, but I'm curious, have any of the skills that you learned or the tools that you learned in the process of getting that degree, does that influence how you approach your career now as an actor?
I think I know marketing is such a broad category. So I specialized in advertising, and I loved advertising because of human behavior. And you know, you can look at an ad from 50 years ago and see socially where, you know, everyone's ideologies were at that point in time. So I always found that specific thing very fascinating, and why people, how they tick, why they buy the things that they do, and why they're attracted to the things that they are attracted to. So it's, I think it taught me, I'm just going on a rant now, but I think it taught me that it's just a business and not to take things personally. And I learned that really early on of, okay, so on the opposite side of the spectrum, I am a product.
Mm-hmm.
And although I understood that in a conceptual form, how could I put some coping mechanisms in my life to deal with the rejection on a daily basis? Because it's daily. And it's daily I think it's daily for everyone. Like, you know, you get snubbed on social media, someone breaks up with you, someone doesn't call you back. And it was really interesting because there was a study done out of the University of Michigan. And I read this study, and I was in it, a light bulb went off, and it was about a chemical that's released in your brain when you're emotionally or physically hurt. I mean, it definitely transforms in a different way, but it's the same chemical. And what it does to you on a daily basis, like how it affects your logic, and it affects your reasoning, and it affects your daily life. So it's like, how do you deal with these rejections on a daily basis? Although I knew in my head, okay, it's a business, I'm a product, they don't like me for X, Y, and Z, I don't know what that is, doesn't matter. But how can I deal with that in a different way? So it's like, for me, after leaving auditions, I always had something else to do. I always had a plan afterwards, so I wouldn't ruminate in the disaster that I thought it was. Or just like journaling and understanding, like, I'm more than just an actor. Like, I have people in my life that love me whether I am or not, so it doesn't even matter. So it's just constantly reminding myself and putting in these coping skills so that I'm clear-minded and making good decisions every day. So I think marketing itself taught me like the overview of having a business standpoint and creating this product, but digging deeper into the psychology of it through my art and my acting really helped my everyday life.
That's amazing. And what an amazing way to combine those two sides of
like
the
actual degree. I'm not in marketing at all.
but again, you are, though, you're marketing yourself, right?
Yeah.
So that's just always in the background, kind of always running. So you're using it. You're using that degree. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But I'm personally grateful that you are chose to go the way of on camera and acting, because that means we get to see you and we get to watch you do amazing work. So.
Yeah, I think back then, like started auditioning and doing commercial work really young. I think it was like 16, 17 at the time. And when I went to apply for different universities and stuff, I was like, I want to be serious. I want to be like, I want to get something that's, and marketing's not that serious, but like, yeah, I applied for a lot of different programs and art programs and like performing art programs, but then I was already in the industry and felt like I wanted to diversify in that way. Yeah.
That's
That's
fantastic.
it. That's all I
Yeah,
got.
no, that's great.
You're the best. You're so smart and so
Yes.
lovely.
Oh, thanks, Danny.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Danny. Thank you. So Danny, you do have another project that's currently in post-production. It's called I Used to Be Funny. And the synopsis reads very much like a dark comedy. And I'm wondering, what about the dark side of humor are you drawn to?
Oh man, you know what? Thank God you guys sent these questions in advance, because I was like, I don't know what that project is. I had to the title changed. They changed the title of the film, and I didn't know that. So I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh, they changed the name. Yeah, I have a small role on that. Ali Panqui's feature film, which is coming out, which is going to be a great film. She's phenomenal, but I wanted to see mainly how she directs, is why I took the role. I wanted to watch her work. So that was really what drew me to that project. Because I don't play a funny character on it, but dark comedy to me is the most grounded and truthful comedy. It's like dry humor I love. I don't know, it's like, I just think that there's so much funny in being at a funeral. Like there's like moments of ridiculousness that is just like drop dead hilarious, which I don't know, because of social restraints or something, we were taught like we shouldn't laugh at it, but like, why the fuck not? Why shouldn't we, experience some kind of joy? There's a bigger cosmic joke to all of this shit, and I just don't like taking it all that seriously, because I don't know, especially in our industry, it's just like egos and yada yadas and money and all that stuff. It's like, or we could just laugh about it, which is really a better way to live, I think.
Yeah, it's the Chuckles the Clown kind of approach to living.
What does that mean?
Oh, so the Mary Tyler Moore Show. There was an episode of the Mary Tyler Moore Show where the mascot from the children's show on the network that Mary's news program aired on died tragically when he was marching in a parade. He was stampeded by an elephant because he was dressed as a giant peanut.
Right. There it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's hilarious. There's so many things in life that are so hilarious.
Oh my God,
exactly.
Doesn't that happen with your kids too? Like they do something, like Maverick the other day, he's like, it's not funny. And I'm like dying inside. How funny, but it is.
Dying inside. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I think that's important though, just to be like, it's okay to laugh at this, and 9 times out of 10, my kids will be devastated, and then I'll say something and they can just crack into laughter immediately. And it's just like, eat, like, let's just like,
they want to be angry, but they're like, it's just there. Yeah.
So Tamara, so you may have noticed other cast members of Winona Earp have taken a step off screen to explore opportunities behind the camera, direction, like Danny, production, things like that. You have a producer credit to your name on IMDb. One, yes, and any desire to revisit wearing that hat?
What's the producer credit for?
So I produced a film called Verona, and it was about these two lovers. It's like a Romeo and Juliet, but it was 2 men, and it was this beautiful, beautiful film. And it was directed by Laurie Lind, and I had an opportunity to produce it, and I did. And I would definitely revisit producing. I see myself more producing than directing. For me, kudos to you, Danny. I don't know how you do it, because you're just dealing with so many people. I mean, so same thing with producing,
Yeah.
but I think if I find a project that I'm passionate about, I will 100% be back in the producing chair and doing it, because I'm good at it.
I can imagine you being good at it.
I can believe
It's
you're
just
good
the
at it.
opportunity, it needs to present itself, and also like life gets busy and doing other things, but collaborating with everyone is so something I love, and bringing something to form is so satisfying, because as an actor, yes, sometimes you get to see something in its full form, but there's a lot of missing pieces because you don't know what's going on in the background. And a lot of the times you don't, you just, you are in the middle of auditioning, or you're like, it's kind of like building a house. You're like building this house, and you're building this house, and you're building that house, and nothing ever gets fucking built.
Mhm.
You don't see the end result because you're just auditioning all the time.
Right.
So it's really, really, really nice to get behind the screen and take the reins and collaborate with other people and make this thing from
Mhm.
beginning to end. And there's something so satisfying about that. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to the next Tamara Duarte production.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And hey, if you need to raise some money for it, you know who can help you with that. So
yeah.
So I wanted to make sure we had time for a couple of fan submitted questions for you both today. These are both of these questions. I picked them because they are for you both. So for the panel, as they say. So the first one is from @AmeliaEves. Did you keep an item from Wynonna Earp that meant a lot to you when the show wrapped?
I did not. But I was really curious when all of this stuff started getting sold online. I was like looking at some of it being like, oh shit. Like I thought that was really cool. I didn't keep anything though. Did you?
Did.
What'd you
I
keep?
kept a lot of the wardrobe.
Oh, the wardrobe.
I don't wear the wardrobe.
Yeah.
I want to keep it in a capsule. Like I want to keep, because it's like some of the wardrobe is like it's
Killer.
Shortest leather mini skirt possible. I kept that. I kept this a one piece cheetah print onesie, like what are they called?
Bodice bustier kind of thing, or
it's like no, it's not here. Anyway, I kept that too.
Yeah.
And I kept the bathing suit. I kept the bathing suit.
Ooh.
Like Damen? The bathing suit? I wish you had it on right now. Next time we do a panel together, wear that bathing suit.
One day I will probably auction it off to charity or something. Like that's what I'm thinking. Just, yeah, I kept a lot of, I just liked her wardrobe. So I kept a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah. The wardrobe design on that show was
Insane.
Amazing. It was impeccable. Yeah. The clothes absolutely suited the characters. You knew who these characters were when they appeared on screen, for sure. Yes.
Hair, makeup, wardrobe, it all just like clicked for each character.
You were dialed.
Yeah.
All right. So my final fan question is from @XOXO Natasha. There's like 3 A's at the end.
Nice.
What's your favorite behind the scenes moment or memory?
I think mine was like on one of the last days. I get a little like rangy if I'm sitting for too long. Like, and by rangy, I mean like I turn into like an annoying toddler who like needs attention or has too much energy to like get out. And I tried to wrestle Tim. Varun was like sitting studying, I don't know, psychology. That's like huge book and was being so like smart adult actor in the corner. And I was like in heels and just bored out of my mind. And I was like, let's wrestle. And Tim was like, all right. And I was like, I think I could take you. And he annihilated me. I think he like picked me up and went, ugh. And I was like, oh, man, but like totally believed that I could take on Tim Rozon.
Wow.
It didn't happen. But I like you, there's like weird moments like that where you're just like sitting around and you connect to somebody in a department that you maybe haven't talked to before, or, you know, like I like those in between moments where you get to hang out with people on set. You run into somebody at the craft table, or, you know, you're like, how's your mother doing, or whatever. Like, it's just the human parts of set that I really, really, really love. It's not glamorous being on set. Like, you're freezing cold. There's no food, there's food, but you know, it's like, it's not your food. There's nothing comfortable about it. We're all just a bunch of carnies and weirdos, like, so with a bunch of makeup on.
With too much time.
With way too much time.
Way too much time.
And then like, if you're on the other side of it, like not enough time at all.
Not
you
enough
know?
time. We're just like the misfits of being like
Yes.
Just a maniac. I just turn into maniac mode when they leave me alone for that long. It's not good.
Yeah. It's so interesting when you spend, because we really do spend more time with each other in a week than we would our loved ones
Totally.
in a year. Like, you know, you're like doing 12, 16 hours a day, and you're like in each, so like, you know, people's deepest, darkest things about them because you're spending so much time with them, and then like you don't see them for a year. Like, it's very, very, very strange.
Yeah. You find yourself in weird conversations too when you're just like sitting there for that long. Yeah, it is intimate.
Yeah.
All these things are running through my head right now.
Yeah. Like, it's like, nope, don't mention that. No.
But yeah.
Self-censor. Yeah.
I'm not good at it.
I think
Samara, what about you?
For me, I mean, one thing that does pop into my head is, again, having too much time, and Dom and I were dancing, and she's an amazing dancer. And we were doing this, like, she can pop, but she was popping so quickly, and I'm like, I like that.
Yeah, they like auditioned for like a major dance movie, and they're
like, her popping is like next level. She's like, bip, 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 bip. And I'm like, I'm trying to keep up. We're like doing a video of it, and it was just hilarious because like I just couldn't keep up with it. It was like she was like an Energizer bunny. Yeah, like fun things like that, you know, fun things like that. Yeah,
that's amazing. Well, you know what, this has been fun and amazing and wonderful, and I'm so thankful that I had this opportunity to speak with you both today, and I'm very excited to see what comes next. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for Capsule, see what's going on there. And also, you know, I used to be funny. I'm going to keep an eye out for that one as well. I almost said I feel funny. It's like, no, I feel fine. And Samara, just know that the Earpers are there for you if and when you find that next project that you want to produce. We'll do what we can to help make it happen. And thank you again so much for your time, and thank you, Nicole, for your work translating today or interpreting. And everybody have a fabulous rest of your convention.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.